Alright guys, welcome to my Donnie Bob's monster review. My first monster review on my pro account. And this was a monster I had literally just gotten. I couldn't wait to make this monster review. I actually quite like this monster. And then boom, I lost my account. But now I'm here to right that wrong. I know it's a bit late, but this is a really cool monster who's, interestingly enough, a YouTuber monster. So that does mean they're exclusive, so a good attacker pick for exclusive. That isn't as bad as I thought they'd be. So, Donnie Bob's is a Blossom Era mythic, an Earth Blossom Era mythic. Meet the #1 Street Fighter in Town. Donnie Bob's has defeated all the best. El Dino, Volador, Plymouth, Hard Nut Gorilla. But how does he do it? Donnie Bob's inimitable strategy is to distract his adversaries with jokes and pranks before knocking them out. So, yeah, this is a YouTuber monster. I'm pretty sure it's just some Minecraft YouTuber, though. Not dissing on them. They get, like, millions more views than me, but still, you know? So check that out if you want. His finisher, Get Fooled, deals heavy special damage to all enemies, applies Mega Possession to all enemies, applies Daze. I kind of always hate it when he does that. Like, there's a weird amount of people who do Mega Possession and Daze. They're both kind of, like, very popular with Earth monsters. It reminds me of this snake possessed and dazed monster from the Metro era, Decobra. Because sure, you mega possess them, but then you daze them, so like their accuracy is reduced. Don't you want their accuracy in full swing? Maybe give them double damage so they destroy their own teammates. I don't know. And then it gives anticipation to itself. Anticipation is the weird, great thing about this guy, because he doesn't have it in his trait. He doesn't even have a status pass for anticipation in his traits, which would have given him some pretty nice usability. He at least would have been a pretty great monster. They've been very, like, I don't know how to say, like, skimpy with anticipation monsters lately. Like, they haven't been releasing any. And then the ones they do, they make sure they're not that great. I mean, I really liked Nishant the Great, and Hanzor is, like, some people like him, but they haven't really released any good ones. And he's a good example of, like, them holding back, because he is an anticipation monster. If you ever see him, that's why they used him. But he's not good at it. So rank 0, he has Hardened, a good umbrella trait. But now Hardened is just like Abomination, because now there's a Hardened Hater monster who's a fugitive hater. So now if you've got Hardened, which is like almost every single monster, look at this. You've got Hardened? No. You've got Hardened? No. I'm gonna find one. Look, he has Hardened. He has Hardened. She's Hardened. Oh my god, it's everywhere. Everyone is Hardened. And it's like the good ones have Hardened too. And I'm noticing now, looking at the Blossom era, a lot of monsters didn't have Hardened. But still, it is a very powerful hater. So now you do have to worry about that. I'm not sure how good the monster is with it, but they are right now releasing a Hardened hater. And you are immune to possession at rank 2. Alright, could be better. Could be immune to possession and corruption. But, you know, that's just asking for too much, apparently. He's a free monster. You can never expect a great trait out of a free monster. I'm not even surprised he had healing. That is a YouTuber stamp. So immune to possession. What immediately comes to mind is Lord Heyman. He's the best possession monster right now on the market. If you fight possession, oh well, actually no. He is the second best, but he is a great denier. The first best has got to be Lamuna Iowa. She is super high in usage somehow. Apparently people really like her. I saw her skill set. She is so... I don't know. Anyways, so you will find some possession in the meta. You'll find a lot of possession in the lower leagues. Possession is one of the most loved denial forms. It's just fun to, see them attack their own team with their skill sets. So you'll see it a lot. It's a nice immunity. I'd rather a possession immunity over certain other things, but it's always situational. The best denier is always situational. For a while, if you were immune to stun, and every monster was, you had your solution to Teddy Bomb right there. But now it's possession, it's cooldown. You're seeing a lot of that. It's just, it all varies. So no one immunity is ever going to be that great. And keep in mind, this review is for beginners, because, Donnie Bob's, I really like his skill set. It looks really fun to play with, but he's not going to be used by beginners. And the last one is regeneration. At least it's not random because he does actually have some self-sustain capabilities. So let's look at his skill set now. Well, first let's go over the relic slots. Okay, so armor and mask. That is, I mean, if you look at his design, that's exactly what you'd expect out of it. So yeah, there's armor that can pretty much do everything. Armor that can reflect burn if he's attacked, which he can be sustainable. So I'm going to use him as a tanky attacker, so maybe that is viable. And then, mask can be stamina, can be healing. Armor can now be stamina and healing with Killer Oak's armor. So really, he's got a versatile relic slot, so there's a win there. Block Swap. Deals moderate earth damage to one enemy, 0 cooldown, 25 stamina. Alright, just your good attack. It is like 40 damage, which is surprisingly high for a skill like this. So maybe? Maybe. Under Your House deals low earth damage to all enemies, 0 cooldown, 30 stamina. Alright, just your classic low AoE. Fake World. There was a mosquito. Deals low earth damage to all enemies, applies daze to all enemies. 1 turn cooldown, 36 stamina. I mean, is it any good? No, it's just another low AoE, but with a cooldown. And then Insane Troll, it is the beginner buffing move that a lot of monsters have. Applies damage boost and regeneration to itself. Alright, so, I mean, regeneration is really good in a lot of people's minds, but he does have a move. Whoa. He does have a move that can attack and apply regeneration. So I've got to say this is unnecessary. He's got better moves. So his main skill set, he's one of those monsters where his main skill set is his absolute best moves. Some monsters, they'll have their best skill sets, or like some of their best moves as the not star, which the star, it's a newer thing, means the recommended skill set. It's the 4 skills that you'll earn at the highest level, or at least that you max out before you have to rank them up. First, you got Fooling Beak. Deals massive earth damage to an enemy, applies Sandstorm to one enemy, and applies Daze. So Sandstorm and Daze, that's his dot, and that's his little soft denial. Pretty nice on an attacker. You always want an attacker that can apply negative status effects, or that can go completely past, other status effects that can cleanse. So it's nice that he at least has something that he can add to it. An attacker with dots is always good against tanks that they can't take down with just raw damage. So massive earth damage is like, 75%. On a 1 turn cooldown, 38 stamina, that is low. That is a great move. And then you get to chest grieving, and it just gets even better. Deals very heavy earth damage to an enemy. So these look to have almost the exact same damage. What? So it looks like this one is 5 points higher. So this is probably, 75 to 80. But for a 0 turn cooldown, 30 stamina, spammable self-sustain move. I love that. I absolutely love that. So you got your massive attack with a dot and daze. You have an spammable attack. All you need is stamina, which everyone still clarifies that as spammable because stamina relics are everywhere. So you've got a spammable attack that gives you regeneration. So you've got that good sustainability with high damage. And then Earth is strong against Thunder, which used to be irrelevant because there were no good Thunder monsters. But now you've got Galvanus, you've got Light Voltaic, you've got Titan Bolt, you've got Sloth Thunder. There's a lot of Thunder tanks going around right now. So yeah, that's actually pretty nice. You've got Fooling Wings. Of course, a strong attacker like this is going to have an AoE. But this guy is a moderate earth damage to all enemies, applies Sandstorm to all enemies. 2 turn cooldown, 42 stamina. It's around the average for an AoE. It's what you expect on just a strong attacker like this. But I really like it. Because the damage is looks to be 35. 40 would be a lot closer to the middle, so that's 35 for sure. Or 30. But that's still pretty good damage for an AoE. Should come close to killing. And then for your final move, you will run this. Can't Trick Me. Applies double damage to itself, and it applies Anticipation for 3 turns. Anticipation, as we all know, is a meta mechanic, meaning that if you apply this first and a monster does an infinite extra turn, or they start doing extra turns, infinite extra turns is so popular, that's just what we all know the counter is for. you'll get a turn before them, and you'll have your double damage. You can just wipe them out. It is on 3 turn. It lasts 3 turns so that it can sustain. I love moves like this, especially with like Megaton type moves where their best status effect, they have to reapply it. And the cooldown matches with the status effect, so you can infinitely have it on. So that's great. And then he applies double damage. The double damage is just nice. It's to give you something with the anticipation so that you're not just doing one thing at a time. And then for the relics, I mean, he's definitely a rainbow build, right? So I can't debate whether I'm going to be able to use this monster or not. And this is a good account, so I don't want to waste runes on a monster I'm never going to use. This is a monster review. I can't not. Plus, I have a feeling if they fix the rank up survival dungeon, please, please, SP, fix this rank up survival dungeon, I'm going to get to rank this guy up. So, I'll just throw on these runes on him for now. They should suffice for this review. Alright, so, the best place to showcase him wouldn't be multiplayer, because I'm in the high leagues right now, so he would get wrecked. So, I'm going to do what I always do, which is show him off in a lower league, no, in, like, the adventure map, just so that I have, like, a controlled scenario to show you what he can do. So, but maybe I can use him in the meta. There's a lot of infinite extra turn monsters, but they can attack so much that it really doesn't matter. Alright, so, you know what? I'll step it up. I'll go to you. Just because these legendaries are, like, faster, stronger, all of that. So, let's see what Doni Bobs can do. So, ideally, you want to get him to apply that evasion as soon as possible. So, I'm just going to apply this. Do recharge, and look, you've got this chest grieving, which you will always have because cooldowns are low. Stamina regen is super easy to get in between talents and traits, and relics are super popular. But now that you have talents of almost every era that can regen stamina, it should be no problem. So you've got this spammable, very heavy attack, and now you've got sustainability. And you can infinitely keep that cycled as long as you have stamina, which the good thing about that is, even if you do run out of stamina and you stop the cycle, the regeneration lasts for more than 1 turn, so you'll be fine. And then, boom, they cleanse it away. So you can always just do it again. You can just keep chain attacking and they can't kill you. Because, like, well, they probably will over time, but still. Whoa, hold on. Catholicon. Okay, I was about to say, am I running my correct skill set here? And then I'll just kill these guys. So now I want to apply that anticipation. I want to see it in action. So look at that. That's what I was saying. So boom. So you're going to do not that much damage against a monster, which you will always find in the meta. Look, he did a lot of damage to my Doni Bobs, but my Doni Bobs has chain self-sustain. So boom, regeneration, he should be fine. I'm fighting the same element, and he's immune to torture and control, so it really gives me no weak spots to tear into. So boom, you do a support move, and then hopefully your next move, you'll attack with enough damage to leave a mark. So look, now, it's not much better, but look at that, and he even has that soft denial for the monsters who are like this, because there are monsters like this in the meta now, namely Raw Zoldoom and Draco. They have, like, immune to torture, immune to control, and there are monsters who can apply that now. Like, this mosquito is really going for me. Like Immunoid. So it is something that you will run into, and you're kind of hard stopped there. But his big, like, show off is that he has high damage. He has good sustainability, and the fact that he can apply anticipation. I can't really show it off real well, because if I go into the meta just to show off his anticipation, any team I choose will get destroyed. It absolutely will. So sadly, I can't give you the best showcase of this guy on this account. But honestly, I think he's a really fun monster. He's great for beginners. I look at this and, the beginner, Like, for anyone who joined this game from this crossover and got this monster, he's pretty great, you know? He's a great starter monster. If you get him as a beginner, congratulations. He is definitely an attacker worth ranking up. But for people in the higher leagues, I don't know. A lot of people these days... Oh, I did get a mosquito. No. Ow. All right. Oh, my God. I'm getting torn apart out here. A lot of mosquitoes. No. A lot of players. What am I saying? Okay, as I was trying to say, this guy is just fun, and a lot of players just like attackers like this guy, who can just do a lot of damage. They don't need to be the best, but they just like ranking up random monsters, and this guy just has that heavy damage that a lot of people like. Sadly, he falls victim to the trope that people like Chieftain Alaroque do, where they are all about that raw damage output, and this guy has high, easy, spammable raw damage output, just like Chieftain Alaroque. But the thing about Chieftain and the thing about Donny Bobs is that once your strength stat goes out of date, which it does pretty quickly, you're just a sad attacker from an old era. Luckily, he does have this double damage anticipation move. It is a pretty amazing skill for beginners. In the Blossom era, in the very last season, I don't know why they kept trying to make like people who don't have anticipation but have to apply it a thing, but they did. So, yeah, if he had a status caster, he'd be a lot better, but since he doesn't, sadly, I can't recommend him nearly as much. I think he's a fun monster. I think he's great for beginners, and I think if you want to rank him up, go for it. He's definitely usable. Like, if you just need an attacker in war, like, you've got your Denier, you've got your Megataunt monster, you really just need an attacker, and in the exclusive book, let's say you didn't get Connectro, so you really need one, he's not the worst pick ever, because look, I'll show you the exclusive book because it is just that. It is exclusive. So, Mythic era. And look how quickly it moves into the different eras. So, they're really hit or miss. And even the great ones like Lord Nabotus, they're getting old. Their stats are getting really bad. You look at the Doomsday era, it had a lot of bad exclusive monsters. You look at the Blossom era. Blossom era only had... Okay, so Blossom era had 5. And he is the second best exclusive monster out of there. Then you look at the Galactic era. Galactic era actually had a lot of very OP exclusive monsters, but almost all of these guys are free to pay to win. This guy, hard to earn, but he's OP. This guy, free to play and OP. And then these guys are all OP, but you got to pay for them. So for your typical free to play guy, even this guy is good. Darman. He is not a bad exclusives pick, because when I started my new account, the only person I had for exclusives was Nyla the Revenant, to kind of show you how hit or miss or how bad or good these guys can be. You know, Sam and Colby, if you only had him for that book, it'd be awful. So Donny Bobs, if you just need a high raw damage attacker, he can apply anticipation, he can block Pierce with Sandstorm if that means anything to you. And yeah, he's just a strong attacker, 0 turn cooldown. If you're into all that, if you think you can make it work in war, which I think a lot of people can, and I really want to rank him up, but sadly, I can't justify it. Definitely fun monster. Definitely pick it up. In my mind, always pick every monster up for collection purposes. That is one of my favorite things to do in this game. Like, look. In the... Corrupted era, Metro era, Doomsday era, I have almost all of these monsters. I was so proud of that. And I guess what? I would have finished off these books too. I would have finished them if I hadn't broken my tablet so I couldn't play anymore. But I have returned. I will finish my collections, and you should always get every monster for collection purposes. I get that this video wasn't the most focused. I am sorry. But I really enjoyed making it, and I really hope you enjoyed watching it. I try to be thorough. I kind of got distracted at a few points because I record outside so that I have usually no sounds in the background. It's just me. I can control the tone of my voice so I don't sound weird like I'm whispering or anything. But there were a lot of mosquitoes outside, okay? And it really distracted me. I hope that didn't ruin the video. Hope you found it helpful. Hope you have a great day. Leave a like to support the video. Leave a comment and it will respond. What are your thoughts on him? and subscribe to join the Crab Army. We are at 134 subscribers. That is a big shot in my ego. We already have 4 more subscribers, and we can just keep getting more. So that sounds so weird. Okay, I gotta end this video. I'm taking too much time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next one. Your favorite Omni-Crab, signing out.